Welcome back to another episode of We Everywhere, baby. I lost it. I almost had it. Sometimes we eat some yummy things. And we like to watch a lot of shows. Can you guess who I'm emulating?
Here's what I think it's funny. What's up, everybody? It's another episode of We Everywhere, baby. I am your host, Omar, and with me, as always, is Nadia Moham, co-host.
Hola.
Mo-host. Okay, back. I just had to get that little bit of I had something I was going to say and it totally left. Damn, that sucks.
Gotta stop smoking weed, man.
I can't. Currently, we are on some Durban Poison by Northern Emeralds.
Wow, that's Durban Poison by Northern Emeralds.
Yeah. If only we had sponsors.
That sounds fancy.
But anyway, if you didn't catch on to what was going on in that intro, Nadia was that was Nadia's Green Day intro. It was really good because I was like with it, right?
I was close to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the song? Basket Case?
Yeah.
You know, so you start off, but the funny
It was all
thing
improv.
The funny thing is that he went British.
Yeah, I know.
We like to walk shows. I was like, wait a minute.
We like to watch shows. It always turns. Where is he from?
Oh my goodness,
Billy,
they're from the Bay.
No, but isn't he like
Billy Joe from Green Day? Yeah, they're from the Bay.
Oh, okay. He's not Irish or something.
I mean, I don't know what like his cultural background
Got
would
it.
be, I know
Just
he's
straight from the Bay.
Straight from the Bay.
Got it.
And now you got me thinking that I'm wrong. That's so funny because I
don't know.
Well, interesting.
Well, you Google that.
But yeah, maybe I will.
The reason why we're even talking about Green Day and mentioning them is because we got to go see their show a couple weeks ago, and we haven't talked about it because our last episode was all about New York. So before we went to New York, literally the night before we went to New York, we decided to squeeze in a show.
Yeah.
You were like, are you sure? Like, we're really pushing it. I'm like, screw it. Like, why would we not? We have one life to live. Let's say yes. Yes.
Absolutely. And if you all remember, we flew on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
So this is the Saturday before Super Bowl.
And we had an early ass flight.
We had to.
So we didn't get home till late.
We had to be at the airport at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, we had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I know how we pack. If we go to the show, we're still going to come home and pack for like 2 hours or something. No, because you planned it out perfectly. Yeah. But this was my fear, right? I was like, oh man, we're going to end up going to bed at 3.
Yeah.
And trying to wake up at 4:30 or 5, whatever the math would be. But we said, fuck it. And we totally went because not only was Green Day playing, which was like a big thing for me because I'm a longtime Green Day fan, but I don't want to say opening. I guess they were co-headlining or whatever.
Yeah.
Was Miley Cyrus, which was like Nadia was gassed about. So this ended up being like a perfect show to not miss.
Yeah, it was
great.
What I mean? It was a great show. Both acts were so entertaining. Miley is an excellent performer. I've always kind of been a fan of hers. And she brings it. Like, she brings a lot of passion to her performances. Like, she's about it. She's a great performer. She's great to watch. She's always going to have some dope outfit. Her hair and makeup's always going to be cool. Like, I just really enjoy watching her. And, I like her music and I like her voice. She's a very distinct, raspy, like, she's just been laying out Marlboros all day. What's up? I'm Miley Cyrus.
She's just been smoking unfiltered Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Yeah, something like it.
Whoa.
And she just busts out the vocals and it works.
Well, have you seen her before?
No, I have not live, obviously,
okay,
but
so,
like,
well, yeah,
you know,
no, obviously, like, you're
I've
like,
never
who is this
seen
person?
I have never seen this woman.
No, I just meant like, so if you've never seen her live,
Never
then
seen
I
her live.
definitely haven't seen her live.
Right.
Because that's the only way that I
No,
would
I'm
see
lying.
Oh, okay, see?
Didn't she perform at the Chris Cornell tribute? Yes. Yes, she did. She did. Her and what's her other name? The other it's gonna kill me because she's an amazing singer. Brandy Carlisle.
Oh,
My bad.
Carly Rae
No,
Johnson?
Johnson. Brandy Carlisle and Miley, I think I want to say they definitely performed at the Chris Cornell. They might have done a song together, but
But the point is
Either
that's
way.
the only time that you've seen it.
yes,
Okay.
and she killed it.
So, as a person who's not a Miley Cyrus fan, I'm not a Miley Cyrus hater, but
Right,
I'm
right.
not a
You're
fan.
indifferent.
Super indifferent. But the show was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's performers and singers, and then there's singer performers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like, oh God, who was I thinking? There was another singer that I saw, and she was really, really good.
Mhm.
But the show, for me, was not really, really good. Like, she was kind of boring.
That we saw together?
I think so.
Was it Ariana Grande?
It was Ariana
You,
Grande.
you know why? Because we didn't like her dancers.
Yeah, I was.
We kept
not-
making fun of her dancers.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is she
can sing.
she
yeah.
is impressive.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
she can
absolutely.
sing. I'll never say that
course.
she doesn't sing. And the songs are good. The same thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the show.
The
in
show
general,
itself, you were just like,
Yeah.
Wah.
Yeah, and
It's because
regards
it's got
to-
that pop cheesiness.
yeah,
It's
I
got
mean,
the
it was just. I don't know. Whatever the show was.
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with Miley, like it was a. I feel like it was a quick show.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like
We missed a little bit at the beginning.
Oh, that's why. Because we showed up a little late.
Yeah. It's funny because we were in that. I mean, at least we saw a good portion of her show. And the girls that were in the suite with us, I know they were there for Miley. They literally missed the entire Miley show.
Oh, I
Came
know.
at like the last song and they were like, "Did Miley go on?" And I'm like, "Bitch, you missed the whole damn thing. You might as well go home because I know you don't like Green Day." And we looked over and they were just sitting down the whole time. They were so upset, but they
Yeah.
came in hot. They were probably wasted before they came in.
I know.
They were
They did.
drinking.
They came in hot, like ready to party.
Yeah, they
And
pre-gamed, I'm sure.
which was kind of funny because you could tell that whoever they were fans
Yeah.
of Miley, like you said, but they showed up late. But because they came in like super drunk,
Yeah.
and Miley had like 2 or 3 songs left,
Yeah.
I think they saw one popular one, but then she played that Party in the USA.
Oh
and
man.
Not only did every every woman in the whole stadium
Yeah.
and
Lost their minds.
but a bunch of dudes lost their minds too. It
You-
was crazy.
The dudes did too. I didn't really
Yeah.
notice. I just know that there is no bigger white girl anthem than Party in the USA. It is their motherfucking song. And I don't blame them because I like it too. I mean, they lost their minds. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a really good show. She played The Climb, which I really love too. And just, she's got a lot of good songs that you just don't even realize that she has. You're just like, oh yeah. And Jolene, don't even get me started on Jolene. Jolene is one of, I would say, top 5 favorite songs of all time. Particularly
yours.
of mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly Dolly Parton's version, but Miley Cyrus's version is excellent. It might even be equal to Dolly's for me. Like, it's excellent.
I mean, she's her goddaughter or something.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny. That's her godmother.
Yeah.
Lucky, lucky.
Christmas with Dolly. You'd be like, play that.
I need to be friends with
You'll be like, I'll
Miley.
be. Wait. Who did she do the Christmas album with?
Who? Dolly?
Dolly.
Oh,
Was it Kenny Rogers?
Rogers.
Yeah, I could just see you be like, I'll be Kenny Rogers.
oh my god,
And you just sing your parts.
dude. I can't meet Dolly. I'll lose my shit. It'll be embarrassing. I probably won't even speak. I'll be mute.
Well, I know that she's played shows but this was all pre-pandemic, and I think it was even a few years before.
Oh,
Like,
Dolly.
Yeah, where she did like a tour or something.
Okay.
But who knows if we'll ever get that chance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
It's not like she needs the money. She's not going to be like, I got to go on tour.
I know.
And she's not greedy.
I know.
She's not like my
But-
boy Elton John, who's had like 30
Farewell
tours.
Farewell. Once again.
I wouldn't doubt it that he's going to come back to LA, and we might be able to go see his
Man,
another farewell tour.
I'll say farewell one more time, because that was really up there in my favorite shows that I've seen.
Yeah.
That Elton John farewell tour was epic. So good.
Oh, but you know what? I want to say that after Miley was done,
Mhm.
Green Day came on,
Mhm.
and it was really, really good. The only downside is, because I've seen them before, is that they weren't allowed to use all of the like fireworks and
Oh.
explosions and shit that they usually do.
Because we're inside.
Because they were inside.
Yeah.
But if you ever get to see Green Day, or if you ever got to see Green Day, because I don't know how many people are checking for them, but they always sell out shows, and
Yeah.
their shows are really, really good. And you end up the same. You end up realizing that they have a lot more songs that you know, but you forgot because
Yeah,
you don't spin
totally.
them, And their set list is just full of like bangers.
Yeah. And they're really
For Green Day.
entertaining. Yeah. He's an entertainer through and through. Like, he's meant to do that. He's just so good at entertaining. Like you said, the songs are good. And it's just, there's a nostalgia attached to it for me, because I just remember I have vivid flashbacks of being in the quad or courtyard in junior high, and they're playing it at Snack and
Mhm.
we had this whole conversation, Omar and I, about snack and nutrition.
Oh yeah.
The fact that, like, because I couldn't remember what the name of that extra break was.
Well,
And
because
you were like, nutrition.
but did you still have recess?
Recess was in elementary school.
Okay, so
Recess
so-
stopped
and that's when it became snack.
when I got to junior high, it became snack.
See-
And I want to say it stayed through high school. Like when I went to high school. But you didn't have those split ups in school. You
I
went
did- yeah,
from K through 12?
yeah.
One school.
No.
No.
K through 8.
K through 8.
So K through 8 was one school.
One school.
So it was like just a private Catholic school.
Then 9
So
through 12.
I never had that like, holy shit, I'm going to junior high.
Yeah.
I just showed up and it was 7th grade or whatever.
We
wherever
need-
junior high starts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um.
What a time. Junior
So there,
high.
I didn't get that like shock to the, to your system socially
Yeah.
until high school,
Yeah.
because when you go to a private, at least the private school that I went to, you talk about a class of like 30 kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
and sometimes it's the same kids
The
from
same kids,
kindergarten
yeah.
to 8th grade.
Yep.
So
Well, I know because I went K through 5th grade to
Yeah,
a private
so you
school, and
know.
it was the same thing. It was like, literally, it was so interesting. This is a whole nother conversation, and we're getting off topic, but might as well because I'm here. It was very,
yeah, you live here.
I know. I do remember it being such a shock going from a private school to a public school, just by the mere fact of like, what do you mean there's 6 or 7 different 5th grade classes? Like, just like, oh, you're in Mrs. whoever's class or you're in Mr. whoever's class, but we're all in the same grade. Like, that was crazy to me, because I had, like you, was just one class, and we moved with each other to every grade. Same class in kindergarten, same class,
Yep.
So we got to know each other from K through 5th grade. We grew up together,
Yeah.
And same thing for you. It's just an interesting dynamic. But anyways,
Yeah.
we should bring the couch quickies back, and we'll do a high school episode, and
Yeah.
that would be good. Ooh, okay.
But
Making false promises over here.
I know, look at us, bro. You know it's never gonna happen. Long time listeners are
We
like,
really
that shit's
want
never
to.
gonna
We
happen.
want to so bad. It's a heavy workload.
Nadia's
Anyways,
gonna get, Nadia's gonna have another week of like 4 days, all day shoots, and then you're like, so we didn't do anything this week.
I know. Seriously, that's what this past, it's been like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks since we got back from New York. But yeah, I'm like, what did we? So we sit down to do our little recap. I'm like, what did we even do? I'm like, oh shit, I worked a lot.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We
Mhm.
need to be working. And I'm very blessed. And actually, one of the things that I got to work on was the latest Diplo and Miguel video. So,
Mhm, that's right.
what was the name of it again?
Man, it's
Shit, now I can't remember it. It's about love.
because it just came out.
I know.
Um,
Shit.
I'll
Sorry,
tell you,
Miguel.
I'll tell you in a bit. I know. He's like, you don't
Don't
know the
forget
names
my
of every
love.
one of my songs. He's like, we're family.
I know.
I'm like, I'm sorry, cuz. It's called "Don't Forget My
Don't
Love."
forget my love. Yeah. Yeah, I got to work on that video and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I think one of my favorite parts of being a makeup artist and one of my favorite things that I get to do is work on music videos because I love music and I love art and I love fashion and I love photography and cinematography. So it's just like I love all those things and I get to see it all happen. And everyone, majority of the time, for the most part, everyone's pretty passionate about what they do on these sets.
Right.
So it's exciting. It's an exciting energy of art and creativity and music. And it's just, I love it. I'm really blessed to do it. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And when you see how handsome Miguel looks, you can thank me.
Yeah. When that video drops, you can be like, damn, he looks
His
good.
skin is glowing.
Is that Nadia Mohan Beauty? That's
Yep.
hilarious. That's
Yep.
great.
Yeah, it's a big perk. It's just one of those things that you're like, pinch me because I can't believe I get to be here to do this and I get paid. And you know what's funny is like, for example, this video, Miguel is being featured on it. It's a Diplo video.
Mhm.
So he wasn't in all of the shots, you know what I
Right,
mean? Because
yeah.
it wasn't his video. So when you get times like that, there's a lot more waiting around because you're kind of waiting for them to set up the next setup or the next scene.
Mhm.
And then, you know, Diplo's got to get his scenes in or whatever. So it's like there's a lot of waiting around and you're kind of not doing anything, but you're still just happy to be there. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter.
Well, it's funny because I think if for anyone that's doesn't know how that'll work or has never been on a video shoot or anything like that, it is a bit of a grueling process.
Yeah, it is.
And
A full
but
day.
It's like a full day.
Like sometimes 15,
it's-
16 hours.
It's the same when you're making like movies or shows. It's just a lot of waiting around.
It is.
because there's a lot of different components that have to be set up correctly for the next shot or
Yeah.
whatever. So, and sometimes, like let's say in your case, you're there for Miguel.
Mhm.
You're not there for the video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
like when we went to that Janae video. You know what I mean? Which Miguel was also at.
Right.
And it's like, yo, well, I'm not doing every girl in this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in this
scene, I'm just with the artist.
Mhm.
So you're with that artist. And if that artist doesn't
It's
have
not
to
in
be
the
in the
scene.
first,
Exactly.
2/3 of the video,
Mhm.
you're just like, man,
Yeah. And for the most
you
part,
could have told me to get here 4 hours later.
I mean, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. And we're just kind of like, well, why did we get here this early? But sometimes you just can't predict it because literally there'll be times when they have a whole bunch of other scenes and they'll scrap them. You know what I mean? Because it's just like sometimes it gets overly ambitious and you want to do all these things and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't because there's always unforeseen things that happen that you can't control. And it's like, okay, we're scrapping that scene. Forget it. Let's move to the next one. It's just, it sometimes can be an unpredictable process.
Yeah.
And of course you always get if you're in the industry, you know this sentiment, but it's like, what is it? Hurry up to wait.
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's the golden rule.
Yeah. And
they'll come in. The DP will it's always me and the DP. The DP is the AD, assistant director.
Mhm.
And they'll come and give me the time stamps.
Yeah.
Okay, how much time you need?
They're like 10 out.
It's always a battle
Yeah.
between us because they're always like 5 minutes, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. He comes back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, right? Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Yo, no, he'll be ready.
Yo, he'll be ready. And then they'll be like, actually, we don't need you until after lunch. And we're like, what the?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That
just how
happens
it
a lot
goes.
with, like you said, like acting and stuff, when you'll show up to set and then it's just like, your job is to be ready when they say
Yeah,
go.
you got to
Like,
stay ready.
But for the rest of the time, you're just fucking hanging out.
Yep.
And that could be extremely boring to
Mhm.
some people.
Right.
And I would completely buy it. I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, man. It sucks.
Nah.
But if you're even like a little interested in that, whether it be in the music or in the production side, or
Mhm.
you're just, it's
Well,
great.
it's not boring for them. Production has their hands
No, but that's
full.
what I'm saying. Like, as
Yeah.
a person who's not in there,
Yes,
like,
yes.
if I go to a video shoot, it's because I got invited. Like, it's not because I have a job to do.
But there's been times where
So-
you've come on and you don't have a role, and don't you
but
still
that-
like
that's
enjoy
what I'm
it?
saying. But
Yeah.
if you like it even a little bit,
Right.
it's just this surge of energy
hmm
of like, man, that something is getting created that is
Yeah.
going to be,
Totally.
awesome. Hopefully, right? You never know, but you know what I mean? People might hate, whatever it is that you're making, but it's just kind of like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
At the end of all of this, I even like watching people pack up the sets and shit. Like, I'm so
You
about
stay
that
to
shit.
watch.
Yeah. Like, there'd be times where I'd go on tour with Miguel for a couple of shows, and he's in
Yeah.
the back like showering and getting like,
and you're watching them.
and I'm
take
out
part
I'm
the set.
literally watching the arena be torn,
Yeah.
down.
Arenas are cool to
It-
see that. Yeah.
And it whatever, because every artist travels with like a certain stage show or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, the banner's being rolled up. Just dumb shit like that seems very mundane, but
Yeah.
and to the people
It's
doing it, they're just
interesting.
like, oh, I gotta roll this goddamn
Yeah.
banner up again.
It's just.
But for me, I'm like,
clockwork.
look at this art. Oh my god, magic. It's all just like it's.
No, I get it.
You know.
You know what's also interesting too is like, remember, I don't know if we talked about this, but remember after the System of a Down show, you and I kind of waited because we didn't want to be stuck in the herd of people
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
to the car, whatever. And it's just the difference, the day and night difference of the way it looks and the energy and just everything that's happening during the show with the lights, and it's dark and people are crowd surfing and losing their minds. And then all of a sudden the show ends and they turn the lights on and everyone just kind of like stumbles out of there and there's trash all over the floor. And it's just such a polarizing difference, and
Absolutely.
it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, duh, obviously, like it's not like new information, but it's just really cool to witness it and see how it literally goes from something so lively to just completely dead and drained. It's just a cool thing to see. I don't know why I think that that's interesting, but I do.
It's kind of like when there's a party at your house, and then the next morning you're like, shit. Except you have to clean it up. You're just
Yeah,
like,
kinda.
Man, last night was a rager. Everything was great. And
Kinda.
then you wake up, you're like, oh my god, look at this mess.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Before we move on to, what we ate and what we watched, want to give a couple of listener shout outs, guys. First off, I'm going to start with Nicole. We got hit up by Nicole, who sent us a really nice message, but basically she said, hey guys, hope you're both doing well. I just wanted to let you know that I was just accepted to medical school.
Woo woo!
So
Wait, where's our applause?
the applause button? That's
Damn it! Which one is- Hey, Nicole, we're so proud of you.
so that made me laugh so hard. Womp, womp.
Wrong one. Well,
But yeah, shout outs to Nicole.
so if you guys remember, Nicole is one of our listeners, and she was the one who shared with us that she likes to listen to us while she studies for, what was it, the MCATs,
Yeah, she just
and that we
literally-
help her study. And we were like, well, you got to thank us for your education. Thank us for getting into school.
That's right. See, so if you listen
Passing
to our
your
show,
MCATs.
you will pass your MCATs. You will be accepted to medical school, just like Nicole.
Yeah, so she had shared that with us, and so we brought it up on the show, and she let us know that she made it into medical school, which is an amazing thing. Congratulations to you, Nicole. I think it was Nicole V, right?
No, Nicole Leal or Leal. I don't know, but L.
Yeah. So,
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah, she had told us what to call her.
yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
my last name's hard to say, so say this.
She said, so don't ever try it. And here I am
Yeah, and I'm
congratulating
like,
her and then butchering her fucking name. Hopefully they don't butcher your name when
He
they
didn't
give
read
you.
it. I remembered.
When they give you your good grades.
Whatever. Say my name however you want to say it. I got a degree.
Yeah, for real, right? So congratulations. Just wanted to give a shout out to that. Also, I want to shout out to well, her name is Martha, so that's just what we'll call her. You know who you are. Only because we do talk a lot about Harry Potter, like not crazy, but just the fact that we went to the store, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera. But she sent me a picture of it's basically it's made to look like an album cover. Have you seen this?
Oh,
And
yes.
it's a picture of Harry Potter under the stairs from
You
the first
showed me
movie.
this. It's
And
so
on the
good.
back, it's got like a set list of the songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it says like, this would have been the most fire mixtape ever. And the album is called The Boy Who Lived. So shout outs to Martha for sending that. That shit really made my day, made me laugh. And lastly,
You should post it to our story so they
I
know
know.
what you're talking about.
exactly. Lastly is a shout out to Steph, who hit us up with an edible story. She remember a couple episodes ago we were talking about actually on the System of a Down show we were talking
Yeah.
about how I overdosed you or misdosed you.
Yes.
So she sent us a story and it made me laugh as well because check this out. So she says it starts off with the fact that she's not a big smoker. Her roommate was a big smoker. But one day they decided to throw a party.
Uh-huh.
So they throw a party at the apartment. They start drinking, having a good time. And then her best friend, who's a heavy smoker, was like, let's go smoke in the car. So they go and they smoke like 3-4 bowls, whatever. And then the edibles came out. So she's like, yeah, I'll totally have a piece. So she ends up having a piece. But
Uh-oh.
she doesn't know how much she took. You know?
Oh.
It's funny because she goes, don't ask me about grams or none of that shit because I have zero clue.
Most people don't. Most people don't. I barely know.
But she said she took it and then she writes, when I tell you that shit hit me hard as fuck. She's like, whoa, I was high as fuck. Everything around me was spinning, blurry, except
Oof.
whatever I was focused on. But here's the thing. She ends up kicking everybody out.
Oh, it was her party?
Yeah.
Party's over. Get out of my house.
I told them to get out. I needed to lay down.
Yeah. And I need
And
to
she
lay
said
down
she was-
alone.
She said she was high for 3 fucking days.
Yeah. I could see it.
Whew.
When you overdose on it, it's bad. You throw up, you get the spins, it's terrible, and it definitely can carry on into the next day, especially like depending on what time you took it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, she got hit. But you know what? Don't quit.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You can still do it.
That wasn't a fail. That was just success training.
Yeah, that was just a learning experience. We all have to go through them.
But yeah, just some quick shout outs to anybody who sends us messages. We do read them. If you guys find some cool stories you want us to talk about, like some weird news stuff, I'm always looking out for that. Send us whatever you guys want. And we will give you a shout out and obviously a thank you. So
what?
do you want to talk about what we ate?
Yes, I would like to talk about what we ate.
Because we thought it was going to be great.
Well, we forgot to tell you guys about Mom's spaghetti. So sorry. Sorry. We did try Mom's spaghetti. What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Which was Eminem's pop-up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pop-up in LA. He had it in Detroit. Omar had mentioned that he had seen it at some Coachella years ago first. Then he popped it up in Detroit. Then he brought it to LA. I think it was only for a weekend. So we saw it on Postmates and I sent it to you. I'm like, we should order this. Finally, we ended up ordering it. But we had something to do. I remember we like ate it and had to go. And so we never posted like a reaction or if it was good or not. So
yeah, we were going to go.
I don't know.
If we were going to go hang out with somebody.
We were on the run. We were on the go. And we even ate it standing up in the kitchen. Like it was just a quick, it was so fast. But I just want to let everybody know that Mom's spaghetti was trash.
That's your new favorite sound drop.
It's like Debbie Downer.
Oh man.
It was not good. And I'll tell you why it wasn't good. First of all, I'd like to say, fuck you, Debbie. Because that was Debbie Mathers. I don't even know if that's her last name, but
I doubt they sourced it from her recipe.
Listen, they're putting her name on it.
Well, no, they're not. They're
saying Mom's spaghetti. But you know damn well Debbie was trying to sue Marshall for that shit.
That's true.
You know she had something to say about that. You're gonna use my damn ragu recipe?
Ragu.
You better pay. Yeah, it tasted like ragu. Like Prego, ragu, basic. Maybe even those are better. But I don't know. It was just, it lacked flavor and seasoning.
Absolutely.
And it lacked sauce. So as terrible as that sauce was, they didn't even give you enough of it to like fully, it just was like, it didn't fully coat the noodles. It was dry. It was dry and bland and boring.
Yeah, we ordered the spaghetti and meatballs, and then I also ordered the spaghetti sandwich because I was like, I've never had a spaghetti sandwich, but
yes, you have.
When?
Aaron used to make them. Spaghetti bread. It's the same thing.
Oh.
And you didn't like it.
Yeah, and I didn't like this one either. You know, it was just bad. Like, and it wasn't. I'm not saying that it was disgusting. I'm not saying it didn't. It tasted horrible. I'm just saying
basic.
It didn't taste at all. That's the problem. Is there was like zero taste to it.
Well, it was good after we added shit to it, like oregano and garlic. Like we added all this stuff to it. And we're like, okay, that's a little better.
We're like, now it's good.
And then we had to throw the sandwich in the air fryer because the bread was soaked with butter that it made it soggy and floppy. It wasn't even crispy anymore. It was just like wet buttered white bread with,
I mean, it had
cafeteria noodles.
I will say the bread did have good flavor, but if you can't say that some place is good if you had to doctor it up to make it that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that was,
he swindled us.
I don't know what I was
swindled.
actually expecting, but I definitely was expecting sauce. And, because like you said, well, over here we're baby. We like us a saucy pasta.
We do. We like sauce and flavor. I'm a fan of flavor.
Hello?
So,
Have you heard of
Eminem,
flavor?
just to let you know, I don't know if you're listening out there, but your mom's spaghetti was trash. Don't come for me.
You're going to show up.
Imagine.
You're gonna show
he mentions me in his next
my
song.
God. If anybody knows Eminem, go ahead and forward this episode to him so he can put Nadia in a diss track.
Yes. Diss me. Diss me.
My God.
Now you want to kiss me.
You're going to be the new Mariah Carey?
Yeah, I'll be like, why you so obsessed with me? Yep. He'll try to diss me and he'll be like, is that Mariah? Never mind.
I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah. Was not great.
Oh, yeah. It was just a big order of bland.
I like how you put a quote in the notes of mine that says, didn't get vomit on my sweater, but I got sauce on my titties.
You said that. That wasn't my fault.
I forgot I said that.
He's literally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Curse
that's
of La
so
Manche. If anybody knows, La Mancha. I have the curse of the Manche. Always spilling on myself.
But
You know what? I'll say one more food thing. Right now, Omar and I are on a roll. We've been laying low of as many animal products as possible. We still eat cheese, but like most of our dairy has been swapped out. And we've just been trying not to eat a lot of red meat and even chicken. We've just kind of been like pescatarian life lately, veggies, salad, fish. We're doing that Victoria Beckham diet. Do you know about that?
no, but
So I saw some, like, I don't even know if it was an article. It was like a headline or some shit. Excuse me. Sorry. And it said, Victoria Beckham has eaten the same thing for 25 years. And I sent it to Nas and Darla did some deeper investigation because we were like, what is it? What could she possibly be eating for 25 years? The same thing. So Darla investigated. She was like, it's fish and veggies. And we were like, oh. Doesn't it just sound so boring?
Every day, like that's insane.
Every day. Always. That's all she eats. According to this headline.
Yeah, she's never eaten anything else.
But the way
but a
she
piece
looks,
of fish and some vegetables.
I believe it.
She is crazy thin, right?
She's
Still.
very, very thin.
She's always been like
She has, yeah. So, we're on our Victoria Beckham right now. Let's see if it works.
Yes.
Except for the weekends
I know.
and vacations.
Well, as long as I don't burn the kitchen down, I think we'll be okay.
You guys, Omar lit the kitchen on fire today, and it was scary, and I was trying to be calm.
Let's not be dramatic.
Are you kidding? The flames were touching the hood. They were all the way in the hood. They were inside the hood, deep. I was scared. Especially because it was not going out. It was taking longer and longer. And I was like, this is it.
Okay. This was like 20 seconds. It really wasn't that bad, but I did fuck up 100%.
And then I was like, smother it. And he puts a freaking towel over it. I was like, are you kidding me? You're trying to smother it with cloth? No. Pendejo. You smother it with a lid.
It was crazy. We have a cast iron pan, right? So I just like scrubbed it and I was drying it and I put it on the stove, but because we have an electric stove, I forgot. And when I turned around, I was like, oh shit, this is like way too hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then something was like, well, grab some oil and like throw it in there and rub it in there real quick.
I know what this will do.
Like seasoning.
This will help fuel.
But instead of grabbing
Give it some fuel.
Instead of grabbing the canola oil, or actually I wish we still had some of that avocado oil that has a really high smoke point.
Uh-huh.
I fucked up and grabbed the olive oil.
Uh-huh.
And like I literally had it was I would
engulfed.
say maybe a teaspoon,
It was
probably
huge.
even less. And it just like it straight up just caught fire.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden I was on Worst Cooks in America.
Yeah, it was like a scene at a Worst Cooks America. Have we talked about that? Okay, we won't talk about that this episode, but if you guys are watching it, what episode are we on? I don't
It's
even
over.
know. It's over?
It's over.
Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's definitely a good binge-worthy show that, like, when you just kind of don't really know what to watch and you don't feel like getting deep into something and you want to see something lighthearted, throw that on because it's freaking hilarious. And they're catching shit on fire and almost slicing their fingers off and look like a scene out of that show today.
Seriously.
Good job.
But I'm actually enjoying the our fish feast.
Yeah, it's been really good. Plus, I think that when you hear, you're just like fish and veggies. You're just like, oh, that sounds so bland. But like I've been getting really creative with different salad mixes and different ways to cook the salmon or whatever fish. We tried rockfish for the first time.
Barramundi.
Barramundi, yeah, that one was good. Had like a glaze on it. So, just getting creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been good. And
Yeah.
I feel good. And we'll see.
Yeah, I dig it. I'm still just a little too scared of like cooking fish.
Why?
I just always feel like I'm gonna over or under it because I don't trust it. 'Cause like I said, I think we've talked about this before. I didn't grow up eating fish because my parents don't like it at all.
Yeah, but you can
So-
literally visualize it. It's pretty easy to see if it's cooked or not.
Well, yeah, I know, but like the thing is, like, I don't like if have you ever overcooked the fish? Like it gets dry. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
like it. I'm always like, it's such a waste.
Yeah.
So I've always been like afraid to kind of cook it. Like I'll do it in the oven now. Like I know how to do that shit, wrap it up or whatever. But I'd like to really be able to throw down. So then I could be
Well, I'll just stick to cooking the fish.
So I
Okay,
could
you
be
can
a-
do the sides. Let's just move on, please.
I need to learn these skills in case I ever need to go on on Love Is Blind. In case you leave me
Nice
for
transition.
in case you leave me for catching the kitchen on fire and then I have to go to
Yes.
Love Is Blind 17.
I don't think I could ever do that show. I don't think that show is for me. I mean, obviously we're together, so I can't. But I'm saying, like, theoretically, I don't think I could do that show. Could you do that show? Would you do that? You would, for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I would, but I think just because they know, I mean, I'm not there to find love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And even if let's say we're not together, to me it would just be more of the fun of like, let me see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's like not because I want to go and find.
That's kind of how you.
But it wouldn't be me about it. It wouldn't be about me going to be on TV either. It was just like this
Yeah,
sounds weird.
right.
Like let's do it.
Raise your hand if you don't believe that.
Sorry, it's a podcast. Nobody can fucking see you, Nadia.
Everyone else raised their hand. I know it. They're in their cars and everything, raising their hand. That's funny because, like, going back to what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's literally our motto for life. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what
Let's see what happens, baby.
might be awesome, might suck, but let's see.
But you won't know till you go see.
Exactly.
That's literally how we live our lives. And I'm not mad at that. But yeah, so we've been watching Love Is Blind, the second one. And I think I literally binge watched it in 2 days. I had to stop myself because I was like, I need to go to bed and I want to finish it with you.
Right.
So I like stopped myself, but I could not stop. It just kept playing and playing. And I was just like, even though I saw the first one and I know the premise of the show,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, it's still so damn shocking when you see these people who have been talking in these pods for like, I don't know what, a week. I think they propose after a week. I think it's like a 4-week experiment. It's something like that. They break it down. It's
I
like,
don't know if they're in the
you're in
pods
the
that long. I think
pods.
they're in the pods for like 2 days or something like
no
that.
way. No way. You're in the pods, then you go on vacation on
Mhm.
your little honeymoon. Then you go and meet the parents and move in together. And then you guys go and like live together where you want to decide.
Gotcha.
Something like that. But it's just still so shocking when they're just like, will you marry me? I'm so in love with you. And I'm like, what? How?
Okay, so check it out. It says that the men and women date each other in purpose-built pods for 10 days.
There you go.
So it's 10 days.
10 days. And they talk to each other every day. But it's just the concept's crazy. I mean, obviously it's an experiment and people go into it knowing this is an experiment and but just the fact that like you get engaged and then the end of the show it's like, will you get married or not in the matter of a month or whatever it is, it's just so wild to me. But there's always going to be people who are willing to do that. And this season we had I can't remember how many couples, but the ones that they really followed were, let's see, it was Natalie and Shane.
Mhm.
Shane on cocaine.
Cocaine Shane.
Cocaine Shane.
Oh man, I know people who are listening have already seen this show. Like, as people have been hitting us up about it.
Right. And
like,
guys, let's just say you already know, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the show, stop right now.
Yeah, you need to go
because we're going to spoil it for
go
you.
watch Cocaine Shane.
Man, where do I even begin with that guy? Could not stop moving. It was really weird. It was like this weird fidgeting. And like, maybe he's just like that. Maybe he's got some sort of
like a tick.
Yeah.
Maybe. But so what? Like,
but they were very similar to cocaine symptoms. I will say his eyes were bulging out of his head. He's like, yeah, it's just like how I am, you know. I'm just like, I got like a big personality, you know. Like that's how you talk.
So okay, so I was literally saying that from the first time because you put it on and I was like, all right, cool, like, let's watch it. And then I was just like, man, that guy is. I can't necessarily spot somebody and be like, look, that guy's on cocaine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, the way this guy is moving, like,
yeah,
I feel like
moving his jaw and his mouth. He was
weird.
twitching. His eyes were popping out.
And then, as we all know, they make it to the end or the altar, whatever. And the way he was just standing and like curving and like he couldn't stand still. It was so funny.
It was like a little kid. He was a lot like a little kid who was just like, anytime that she had an issue with him or whatever, it was just kind of like he looked like a little kid in trouble by his mom, and he was just like, oh, come on, like, God, I just don't understand. Like, it was just like, oh my God, he was a lot.
Shane and Natalie, that was her name.
Shane and Natalie. Natalie was sweet. Yeah, it was an interesting mix, and for a while you were like, you kind of we're like, okay, this makes sense, actually. At first, you're just kind of like, what? And then you kind of start to see their personalities. And then everyone in the house is saying, oh, Natalie is like a female Shane, I guess. But they literally said that. But I was like, I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it was weird. I feel like, okay, they ended up with 8 couples right away, right? I think second episode is all the engagements. You know what I mean? And I was just like, man, they just dumped a bunch of people. You know, they introduced you to all these people, and then they just cut away from them immediately. Like, you never see them again. Yeah. And somehow I felt like I had more time with more contestants in the first season. Maybe. But now I'm not sure if that's just...
I know, just what you
I'm
thought. I'm
remembering that wrong.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I feel like I thought we saw more of the dating in the pods with more people than just the couples. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. And apparently there were a lot of other couples, or at least one other that I saw that got proposed to. And then I read something today that Natalie got proposed to somebody else too, but that they, like before Shane, but that it just didn't make the cut. They just got rid of it. So it's interesting.
I mean, it is. Yeah, it is
how that
TV,
happened.
Right?
Yeah, like, exactly. And then so then we had Danielle and Nick who got engaged like right away. They were the first ones, right? And poor Danielle, she is going through it, honey. She is having literally a mental breakdown. And the thing is that, and she knows it too. It's so sad. She's like, I know I'm acting crazy. Like, and she's telling him, and he's all happy in the beginning. I found my girl. And then reality starts setting in. And he's like, oh shit, she's kind of unhinged. And like, what do I do? And so you're just kind of like, are they going to last or not? Is he going to be able to handle this? And even her mom is like, you know, we're a little crazy. She's like me. Like,
yeah. Her mom called her out immediately. Like, yo, you're in for it, dude. Like, not necessarily even in a bad way. Just like, hey, you know, this is my daughter.
We push away.
Just so you know,
we push away.
But man, that guy.
But
that guy had patience. Cause man, she was nuts. It's like you said, she would say like, oh, I know that I'm this and I'm acting this way. And he's like, well, yeah, okay, you are acting this way. And then she's like, well, see, but now because you're saying I'm acting this way, then now I'm forever going to be afraid that you think that I always act this way. And it's like, oh my God, what, my head was spinning. Like, what are you doing?
I know. I felt sorry for her because I just feel like if you already have certain mental health issues that you're dealing with, and then and you're also aware of what you do in relationships with men or women or whatever, you're aware of it. You know what you do when you're not at your best, right? And then you put yourself on a show like this, it just exacerbates all of those things and makes it way worse. So that poor girl was literally losing her mind because being on a TV show is no joke. Like once you start realizing, oh, holy shit, what did I actually sign up for? Like people are going to really see this. You know, it's a whole other thing. Plus you have to get to know somebody and possibly marry them within the course of a few weeks. And like, it's just insane.
And you get food poisoning.
Yeah. And the poor girl got freaking food.
She got food. She had a bad profiterole.
Yeah. So, yes, her, she was acting a little wild and crazy and getting unhinged, but I felt sorry for her because I feel like they're really put into just a really tough, critical situation. It doesn't help those issues. And I kind of feel like, what's her name? Ayana was like that too. Ayana and Jarrett were another couple.
Man.
And she was kind of tripping on him. Like, you got to prove it to me. You got to prove it to me. And it's like, bitch, he only has one day left to prove to you. Like, what do you need?
In these notes, in any of the notes that I have for the show, because I was like trying to just throw shit down. It's all like red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Like this. Okay, so the thing with Ayana, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the fact that he proposed to someone, or he actually did propose. He asked, right? Like, hey, if I were to propose to you, would you say yes?
Yeah.
And that
to Mallory.
And Mallory says, nah, because I'm thinking about this other guy. So then he's like, all right. So then he proposes to Ayana. And I guess obviously she knows. It's not like he could keep it from her or whatever. But then I was like, okay, you could feel a kind of way about
like
it.
I'm second choice.
Right. Like I feel you, but like he's on this show too.
Yeah.
You're both on this show. Like you can't keep throwing this in my guy's face.
It's an unusual circumstance.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
And come on. And then if that wasn't enough, she's saying like, he's like, well, what is it that, he's like, I love you. I want to be with you. I'm this and that. And she goes, well, you say that, but you got to prove it to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, well, what? Like, and then they go to their house, to his apartment, and immediately this girl goes through all of his drawers.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean,
like, I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
You didn't like that?
No. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you going through all my drawers? Like,
because she's like, I only have 4 days to decide.
Like,
I need to look through these motherfucking drawers.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh my God, no way.
Because you can't view it as a regular relationship situation. This is on hyper speed. This is like, these people are on the quickest track ever. So they got to move things a lot faster.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then
I feel you though. She was acting a little crazy about that kind of stuff.
And then Dana, my coworker, Dana, listener to the show, she also came over and she goes, what was up with that watch box?
What
Remember?
watch box?
He has that box for his watches.
That was so stupid
and
to me.
She's like, what are you doing with this? And he's like, it was an ex-girlfriend gave me a watch from a box watch. A box.
Watch
box.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, why do you still have this? And it's like, well, I gotta keep my fucking watches somewhere. And he's like, well, it's got my initials on it. And
Yeah.
she's like, I was like, man, what the fuck?
She was saying that there had to be some sort of sentiment attached to it because it was given to him by an ex-girlfriend. And why would he want to hold on to that? Because they're no longer together. So you got to get rid of everything.
And the answer to that is, I'm sentimental because it's got my goddamn initials on it. And I need my watches to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? If it bothers you, go buy me a fucking watch box.
Exactly.
Put my initials on it and I will throw this shit away.
That's the solution. That is the solution. If you got a problem with it, you got to replace it. That's the only solution.
Like, you know
I agree.
Come
I
on.
agree. Because that's silly to me too. I would keep shit. I have like a piece of jewelry that my ex gave me that I'm like, this is jewelry. I'm keeping
Hell
this
yeah.
shit. Like
Keep that shit.
it's I don't know. Even pictures, I don't know. Not a lot of them, but some of them I don't mind keeping because it's not like I'm gonna go back and look at them and be like, oh my God. It's just a capture in time.
Mhm.
You know, it's a capture of my life at that time. And I was with that person at that time.
Well, one thing is having them, another thing is displaying them. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
It's like if I were to walk in here and there's just like pictures of your ex or
Uh-huh.
mine anyway, we'd be like, what are we doing?
Oh, like at your mom's house?
yeah. Oh my God. Can we talk about that?
Oh, you mean like at your mom's house?
Yeah. Oh,
At least
okay.
it's one little picture. I will give you this. It's one picture and it's a whole collage of pictures that are cut out.
Mhm.
And one of those pictures in the collage is of Omar and his ex, and she's sitting on his lap.
Right.
And your mom,
From like 2005.
yeah, it's old. Your mom does not want to get rid of it. I think mostly because she doesn't want to fuck up the whole thing. It's not
Yeah.
just one framed picture
we
on the
should
wall.
take a picture
Yeah, I'm gonna post
that
it.
looks like that.
and
then,
just put it
and
over.
then we just tape it on top of it and be like, yeah. Yeah,
We'll
I'm like, Mom,
copy
why do you
it.
still have this? She's like, it's the whole thing.
It's
I'm
the
like,
whole thing. Yeah.
fair enough. Like the whole family's in there. It just happens to be one of those photos is, when I was with somebody else.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And I always look at it and I'm always like,
that reminds me of that. It reminds me of that thing I saw on like Instagram or TikTok where the guy's apologizing
mhm.
for it's like I apologize for all the things that I'm doing wrong in my relationship, and you know what I mean. And he's
Nope, haven't seen it.
Fuck, I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
just forget it.
Damn it.
Okay, so who else did we got? We got Deep T and Shake, Mallory and Salvador, and then Shayna and Kyle. Wait,
Yeah. But
what?
I had a big problem with Salvador's ukulele. My boy, if you're gonna be busting this shit out,
Oh,
I mean, at least like learn how to play it. Like,
he
and-
was cute, but he just lacked flavor. I need a little bit more.
yeah, I was like,
This
man,
is very
you're so-
vanilla on that
yeah, it's
side.
like, at least rhyme the lyrics.
Yeah,
Like,
it
do
was-
something. If you're not gonna find any notes,
It was sweet.
at least rhyme the lyrics.
You know what it was? It was sweet the first time. It was like, oh, you did that. That's so sweet. And then he kept doing it. And then you had to be like, I love it. It's great. Like she's standing there like, it's just
'cause here's
awkward.
because here's the thing. That's perfect. Okay, look, you play the ukulele, whatever. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But you busted on your date. You throw
Busted on your date. Damn.
Yeah.
First date bust. Skeet, skeet.
I'm
Okay.
saying you bring it out on a date, right? And you what looked like make up a song off the top of your head.
Right.
So you're like, okay, you get a pass because you're freestyling it. You're
Yeah,
just
you're being
saying
cute, you're
whatever's
improving.
It's cute, great.
Yeah.
But if the second time you bring that ukulele out, it's a setup and she's walking towards you,
Uh-huh.
write a fucking song.
He didn't write the song.
I don't know. It didn't seem like it.
It might-
It was bad.
That's not his strength, his songwriting, apparently.
It ain't getting married either. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Mallory and Salvador, then we had Deep D and Shake. Man, the other one that people were cringing over was Shake. And to me, he had his cringy moments. He definitely had cringy moments, like when the one girl was like, oh, I lost, when they were back in the pods, she was like, I lost a lot of weight. It used to be a lot heavier. Something about lifting and carrying.
No, they were talking about he was like, he said something like, at a concert, do you like to be put on like somebody's shoulders?
Yes.
And she's like, yeah, I'm all about that. And he was like, something about like, how easy would it be to get you up there.
Yeah,
like,
would I be able to
would I
lift
be-
you
Yeah,
on my
something, like,
shoulders?
really
And we
shitty.
were like,
Damn, bro.
like, why are you asking this? So cringy.
It's like, hi, my name is Shake. Are you fat? And they're like,
Literally. That's all he cared about.
yeah.
Because
It
in
was
the end,
crazy.
that was his biggest problem with Deep D. Like, they had this great connection. They really got along. They both had never dated within their race before. And everything seemed to be going great, but he wasn't attracted to her. Now, I'll give him that. That was the one thing that I will say, like, it's just one of those things. If you're not attracted to somebody, you're not attracted to somebody. You can't force yourself to be attracted to somebody. For some people, I'm one of them. A lot of times for me, the personality and the charisma and the character and the humor and all that makes someone more attractive for me. Right. So there can be instances in that. But if you're just straight not attracted to them at all physically, and no matter what they do, their personality, whatever, it just doesn't do it for you, you can't fake that. That's just real, you know? And I think he was just being honest about that. But everything else was shitty. Like it just felt like that's all he cared about, which was his problem. You know, it's just, she was a great girl, but didn't work out.
Yeah, and then it was crazy. It's like, again, you know, you're on TV. It's like, keep all that shit to yourself. Like,
yes,
even if you have to tell it to the producer or whatever, to the camera, when you're doing like a one-on-one kind of a thing where you're like, oh, here's my problem. Like,
he didn't have to make it so known.
But you don't go tell every guy at this Mexican resort, like, man, I'm having a hard time. I don't think I want to bang her. Like, he's not hot. It's like, Jesus, man, relax. Like, you're being filmed right now.
Yeah, don't forget, she's gonna see this, and that's gonna suck, and everyone is judging you.
Yeah, come on, man.
So,
you're gonna be a successful veterinarian / DJ.
Oh my god.
Let's go ahead and get some bedside manner.
That's like Aziz and all his side projects.
Yeah. On Parks and
Rec.
Yeah.
That was like the same character. And Aziz was so shallow. All he cared about was looks, too.
He's just like, damn. Treat yourself.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Then there was also Shayna and Kyle.
Talk about treat yourself.
Man.
Shayna treated herself to Kyle's ring.
To Kyle's grandmother's ring. She left with that ring and didn't come back.
This guy proposes with his grandmother's ring. And then she's like, I'm not feeling it. And takes off with the fucking ring.
She was just like, the first night, she was like, are you going to go shower? Like, first of all, when you ask a guy if he's going to go shower, it's probably because it's like, I'm going to go down on you when you come back. You better go clean your balls. Like, when a woman asks you if you're going to go shower, that's usually why.
Nice.
Unless you really reek and you just need to. But, so she tells him that, right? And he's like, yeah, they finish eating. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go shower. He goes out, he showers. He's all fresh in his robe. She's in her robe. They sit down. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to call it a night and I'm going to go stay in my room. And he's like, what? She's like, is that okay with you? Well, I wasn't expecting that. She's like, well, that's what I want to do. And he's like, but it's like 6:30.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to call it a night. He's like, the sun is out.
Poor Kyle. She's like, and I'm going to keep this ring. So good luck with everything.
It fits really good on my thumb.
Yeah, she couldn't even fit it.
She's like, and your grandma's fat.
Yeah, seriously.
And Shake comes around the corner. Damn. Your grandma fell in the lake for a burrito.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was a rough time for poor Kyle. He really fought tooth and nail for that relationship with Shayna, and she was not having it. She just didn't like him, and she was Jessica season 1. Shayna, aka Jessica season 1, because she was still trying. She still had her eyes set on Shane.
Yeah.
So, which Natalie obviously was with. And I also saw something about, I don't know if this was caught on camera or what happened, but I read some other article that was saying that when they got back from Mexico, Shane called Natalie and was fishing around asking like, oh, so how was Mexico? Did you guys have fun? How are you guys doing? And then told her, well, you know, if this doesn't work out, I just want to let you know, like, I have a really rich, successful friend and I showed him your Instagram and he's interested. You know, like, I got options for you, girl. Let me scoop up that man of yours. Like,
That's
sneaky, sneaky. So yeah, she didn't last. She ended up going home. But the other person that was very notable that literally had maybe 2 episodes, screen time in 2 episodes, and vanished off the face of the whole show was Trisha. Do you remember Trisha?
Oh yeah, Trisha Fame.
I
think
don't
her name
even
is
know.
Trisha Frame.
But all she did was talk about herself and how many followers she had.
Yeah, she's like, I've got a lot of followers.
She's like, I mean, I don't know if you're ready to handle this because, like, I have a lot of friends. No, but like, I have like a lot of followers. It's crazy, actually. Like that was
At one point, she said, "I think I'm really good at this game because I usually have like 20, 30 people in my car at the same time."
Yeah, what does
like,
that mean?
What? Are you an Uber driver? Is that what you're saying? You drive like a Uber van pool? Like, just like, I'm actually a bus driver.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was a trip. But
I don't know what that meant.
she also said something like, she was like talking about really liking a guy, but she goes, I think he's intimidated because he knows that all of the other guys like me too.
Yes.
They were like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And every time they would show her talking to a dude, he would just be sitting there cringing and like so grossed out and uncomfortable. She was the worst. And I'm surprised they didn't try to get more out of her to put on the show. But
like on an American Idol style
yeah.
thing. Like, yeah, like just letting her kind of sink herself.
Yeah, that's usually what they do. But it's probably best they didn't because that's really like, that's not okay to do that to people. But
yeah, and this
that's
show's
what
about
they do.
finding love, Nadia.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's about finding
I'm
your
just saying,
soulmate.
I'm not saying that I wanted to see it.
You're like, you know.
I'm saying that I'm surprised that they didn't dig deeper because reality TV is trash. And that's what trash shows do.
I mean, this is weird, you know.
They look for the drama.
This is another episode that, you know, we've spent talking about it, just like we did on season 1. It's trash
we
TV
were
and we are
invested.
about it.
Yeah, it was it's good. It's a great guilty pleasure. Love is Blind 2. I'm sure most of you have already checked it out. And hopefully you didn't get spoiled by any of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you paused.
And just, you know, make sure you go back to see that Nick pees his pants at the altar.
Oh my God. Poor guy. I never seen anyone sweat so much in my life.
He was sweating so bad.
I thought he was going to say no.
He sweat through his jacket. He sweat through his pants. It was so funny.
It was.
We're so immature. Remember when it came out? We were like, pee-pee pants.
Oh my God.
Little
so,
kids.
the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick and just discuss with you and it'll obviously be a quick discussion because Omar is not watching Euphoria. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's just decided not to partake in the Euphoria frenzy that we've all signed up for.
Yeah, I watched some of the first episode, but I don't know. I just was like, why what?
Why didn't you get into it?
I don't know. I just didn't like. I don't know.
Okay, well,
watching
when
the
I tell
first
you,
season with you, at least like bits and pieces of it. I mean, it looked good and it was all good, but I was just like, okay, I just don't care about the characters. You know what I mean? Like, because I haven't watched enough of it.
Well, of course,
Same
you
thing.
can't say you care about characters in the first episode.
Well, yeah, but that's what they were like. But I'm not actively avoiding it. There's just so much stuff.
I know. I'm down to watch it again because the first season came out so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give myself that refresher and watch it again and then get into season 2. I just jumped right into season 2. So I would like to watch it again. And this show to me is even so much more than just the characters. It's like visually so gorgeous. The cinematography in this show, they've been doing things that you just don't see often. And it all
good.
has a very artistic approach to it. So it's like you get that level, you get the cinematography level, you get they've literally changed the makeup game. Like right now, the trend right now is Euphoria glam. Like everybody is about Euphoria glam. And that means really playful, artistic eye looks for the most part. It's like all about the eyes. They do jewels, they do bright colors, it's just fun. And I think also the fact that this show kind of started during the pandemic when we were all wearing masks, nobody was really wearing lipstick, and all you could see were people's eyes. So I think that kind of itself created a trend in makeup. It was just like, let's play up our eyes because this is what we're showing, right? And then they get into Euphoria, which has a slight like late 90s, I don't even know 90s, maybe 90s, definitely 2000s nostalgic influence of fashion that you see. Like that's already happening right now. And so you see that on the show. And so all of that with the makeup and the wardrobe, and then you get the performances of the characters, and these kids can act. They are acting their faces off. Like so much vulnerability, so much emotion. Like they really dig deep. Like Zendaya's a boss. And I think she's also, I want to say, a producer of the show, right? It's her show. She's like one of the creators or something. She was a part of it.
Nice.
So it's just, there's so many of these other layers added on to the storyline and premise of the show that just makes it so much better. So even if you're not attached to it, I feel like you can at least appreciate those other things, you know? So
yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I'm not discounting it. I didn't jump on the train, and now I'm just like, okay, I'll just get to it sometime.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'm gonna make you watch it. I want you to see it.
And I mean, I watch a lot of shows and stuff. You know what I mean? But
well, I'll just say this: the season finale happened, and man,
is that the end of the show?
Well, the end of the second season. They got renewed for a third season.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they're definitely coming back. But this finale, it was like a two-part. I think it was a two-part finale. It seems like it was a two-part finale because the last two episodes are essentially shit. Now I'm only thinking of her real name, Maud. What is her name? Lexi's, which is Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann's daughter, right? Maud Apatow. She plays Lexi. She throws on this play, this high school play, but it's based on all of the girls, her sister and Rue and like all of her friends, right? It's based on their lives.
Okay.
So the last two episodes is this play, but it's done so well, and the way that they weave in old scenes and old references into the play, like as the play is going on, they'll flash back to what really happened or whatever, and they do all of that so seamlessly. Like it's so good. Like you really need to see it. I really enjoyed, I enjoyed the whole last season, but especially the last two episodes. I thought they killed it. This last season was a lot darker because we're getting deeper in Rue's drug addiction.
Gotcha.
So it's really real. And I think that, I don't know if I'd mentioned this before about how Dare, was it Dare or?
Yeah, Dare. And
Dare.
Just Say No. And stuff like that.
I don't remember one of them. I think it was Dare. I don't remember if it was Just Say No or Dare. One of them was coming after Euphoria, right? I think I may have briefly mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. I think it was Dare.
They were glorifying drugs and all this kind of stuff. And in the first season, I could kind of see that because it's like they're doing Molly, they're partying, they're blah, blah, blah. They're making it seem cool. Like you're into these characters. You think they look cool. You think that they're cool. And here they are partying on drugs. So like I can kind of see that, but it's the truth. Like that's really what's happening. So if you don't think that that's happening, like you better get out from under your rock and realize this is real life shit.
Right.
So especially when you get to the second season, I don't think they're glorifying it all. They're really showing you what drug addiction looks like, how it destroys friendships and families, and what it does to you physically. Like, it's not pretty, you know? And they go there and they show it. And yeah, I just think it's just funny to me because it's like, well, what case do they even have? Like, they were supposed to go and sit down with Euphoria and talk to them about how they need to remove that shit from the show. It's like, yeah, okay. Calm down.
Why don't you just talk to your kids instead?
Yeah. Focus on your own kids. So anyways, with all that being said, I was a huge fan of this last season and the last 2 episodes. I thought they killed. I thought they did a great job. And there were some tough scenes. Obviously, spoiler alert. If I say anything, you guys haven't seen it, sorry. But there is a scene at the end with Fez and Ashtray. And it is, it's really hard because they're drug dealers. So essentially, you're not supposed to be like on their team because they're quote unquote bad guys in a way. But you love them and they're so young and they were kids and they grew up in it. So you don't want to see anything bad happen to these characters, and bad things happen to these characters. And it's a hard watch. So, yeah, that's all I'll really say. I loved Euphoria. I thought it was great. And let me know what you guys thought.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You're just sitting here blankly staring at me as I ramble on about how much I loved it.
But I'm glad that you love it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll that'll definitely make me want to watch it. But I think, like I said, another one of the main reasons was the fact that I know it was like your show. Do you know what I mean? I was like, okay, that's a show that Nadia wants to watch, so I'll wait to watch it with her. But with the way our schedules has been and stuff,
Got it.
You're like, I'm not gonna wait. And this is now you're like, I'm not gonna wait. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting for you.
Yeah. But that's gonna be it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Wait, hold on. I just want to tell them.
Oh, tell them. What do you want to tell them?
That few things. We are currently watching 2 things right now. If you guys want to tune in with us, we are watching Insiders, which is a foreign. What is it again?
It's from Spain. It's a reality show.
It's
a reality show from Spain. Yeah. So it's on Netflix. It's called Insiders.
The premise is insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
we'll talk
just
about
check
it next
out.
Week.
Exactly. We'll talk about it next week. And then the other thing that we're currently watching right now is the Kanye documentary. Well, it's like a docu-series, I guess.
Yeah, Genius.
Yes, it is amazing. So, and that's on, is it Netflix?
That's also on Netflix.
Yeah. Definitely check that one out. I think they're in their 3rd or 4th episode? No, 4th or 5th. Because I think they drop 2 at a time.
No?
I
They're
don't
I think
remember.
the 3rd one's coming out
Oh,
soon.
that's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're like an hour.
They're meaty.
long,
Yeah, there's a lot that they talk about and show, and it's a lot of old footage of Kanye, and it's, love him or hate him or whatever you want to say about him. It's still very interesting to see his drive and his hunger and this raw footage of, I believe it was a friend of his that literally started filming his very beginnings, showed his car accident. I mean, everything. Not the actual accident, but him recovering.
It's definitely, the first episode is young Kanye trying to break in, trying to basically get a deal. The second episode is basically the whole first album, working to try to get that out, car accident, all that. And then I think it might only be 3 episodes, but the 3rd one I think is just like, this guy blew up and here's everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Because I also think that the guy filming started losing touch with him because Kanye kind of blew up. And
something happened.
Yeah, I think he just kind of, Kanye's not the one to not outgrow somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm that's the vibe I'm getting. It's like, this is all the footage I had, and he probably doesn't follow him around anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is good.
But yeah, definitely check it out. It's still coming. New episodes are still coming out. So, you have time to check it out before we talk about it next week. And of course, we want to just send all our love and prayers over to the Ukraine. We don't want to just brush over that because that was a really big fucking deal that happened. And
it's happening.
It's happening exactly currently. And it's just, I don't know. I don't even have words. It's just, I feel like the whole world is in shambles whether it's environmentally, socially. It's just all parts of this world is not doing too great. And so, I don't want to leave you with any sadness, but this is real life shit and this is really happening. And we are very blessed to not be in that situation right now. So just sending all of our love and prayers and just our best to the people of Ukraine and hope that hopefully this will end soon. So
I know.
Sad shit.
That's what the listeners are saying about this show.
No.
Hopefully this will end soon. It's another hour and a half.
Omar has to always make it light at the end.
We're messing up people's jogs.
Another hour and a half show. We got a lot to say these days, guys. But you're still here.
And we thank you for it. Super,
Absolutely.
super from the bottom of our hearts. Always, as we say, definitely, we enjoy when you guys reach out. So don't be afraid to do that. You can DM us, of course. You can also email us if you want to send us an email.
Yeah, and send us
who emails anymore, but
right. Any food recommendations, restaurant recommendations, show recommendations, anything, let us know if you want us to watch it and talk about it, and we will do just that. Or any funny stories that you want to share with us, we would love to share that with our audience. So.
Or if you have a bomb-ass fish recipe.
Yeah, seriously. I'm down.
Let us know.
Send me, your pescado recipes. Adios.
We everywhere, baby.